Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Astrological Intentions. I am your host, Alex Reevy, along with the matching matriarch herself, Sandy Reevy.
First time ever.
And it is episode 149, May 31st. Let's get right into it. In the transits, we have Monday, May 31st, Mars trine Neptune.
Gut instincts.
Wednesday, June 2nd, Venus ingress Cancer.
Form bonds.
Thursday, June 3rd, Sun trine Saturn.
Self-control.
Sandy's favorite day, Thursday, June 3rd, Venus trine Jupiter.
Go big and go home.
Saturday, June 5th, Mercury retrograde square Neptune.
Get all the facts.
And Mars opposing Pluto.
Get yourself under control.
And Sandy has finished no talismans and the ones upcoming to increase health, vitality, and their benefits, increasing my financial assets, to acquire all good things, and to create tremendous intimacy and love. Then on the horizon, we have many events for you, some of them free, some of them you could win an entire talisman of your choice. Then in our house, Sandy and I are going to talk about our fun, our mother-daughter time together after the Jupiter and Pisces event. So stay tuned for this episode of Astrological Intentions.
And the search ends here, where the night is totally clear, and your heart is fierce, and so you finally know you control where you go.
Hello, my matching matriarch.
I love it. That is so clever that you came up with that.
So we're going to tell the story in our house at the end of the episode.
Okay.
But that's your name for this episode. And we love the alliteration, right? We're still into this because I do it every week.
I know. And it's amazing how many you can come up with that are relevant to what is current.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like the current transits.
It's
that
fun.
We're about to talk about.
And I really try not to duplicate them. I don't think I have. But if anyone catches me, that'd be interesting. So
They would get a discount?
No. Well, maybe.
Well,
because you just said that.
Don't repeat.
Okay, so I want to go direct to all you listeners. Thank you so much for listening in. We are humbled. We are grateful. This message came in from Tracy H. She found out about us on the Sherry Salata podcast. And she says, I had my talisman bracelet recharged. It was a great experience. This time I slightly changed the intention to better suit my life right now. Sandy was great and took the time to go through the astrological chart. It was so educational.
Oh.
So
Thanks, Trace.
yeah, thank you, Tracy. And yeah, if you are a podcast listener and you know of a podcast that we would just fit really well on, or at least Sandy would, doing a little astrology, talk.
Interview. We did one with Sherry.
We can have people on our podcast. We can also go on other people's podcasts. So shoot me an email, alex@intentionbeads.com, if you are inspired, if you think that will blend well with another of your favorite podcasts. So let's move in the transits. Today, Monday, May 31st, if you're listening on time, Mars trine Neptune.
Yeah, this happens at midnight. We'll be sound asleep, or at least I will. Gut instincts, because here we have this Mars in the sign of Cancer, and it's making a trine to the planet Neptune in Pisces, which is also a water sign. So we got two water signs which create the trine. Is about use your feelings, use your gut instinct, use your third eye to move into the proper direction. This is kind of an unknowing. It's like motivation gets, the movement Mars, the action you take can get slowed down here unless you're using your gut feeling. You have to get into the connection of a feel.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think, in the human design work that we've done, there's different types of a inner authority that you can really tune into. And a gut feeling is basically that.
Yeah, well, mine is sacral. So yeah, mine is that. I have to like pause, think, and feel it, and then decide which way. Is it yes or is it no? Or is it right or is it left? Mm-hmm. Is it now or is it later? Yeah.
And Wednesday, June 2nd, Venus ingresses Cancer.
Yeah, so
this is a
form
very
bonds.
mothering time.
Yeah, so form bonds. Happens at 8 in the morning. You know, it's got triplicity dignity and decan dignity. So Venus has some power here. It's in harmony with her tribe. You know, this is a strong emotional connection. You can be very sensitive here, but she stays here till June 28th. So about 4 weeks. So form bonds with the people that you want to connect to. You know I'm having a little group of women come over and sit on the deck. I think that's just kind of
that's
where
perfect.
like you feel like, arms around,
supported,
or at least sitting in the same area and looking and chatting. And
it's a very feminine sign.
Yeah, it's a feminine and a feminine.
Yeah. And with the moon ruling Cancer, it's like coming together in a small, intimate circle of women. Perfect.
Right. And with Venus, you're doing a lot of, charming chat and maybe eating and sharing and sipping and laughing and sharing stories. So, yeah, that's a good day for that. Even if you wait for the weekend.
Right.
Like I am.
And the next day is your favorite day of the month, Thursday, June 3rd. And this first transit isn't necessarily why it's your favorite.
Well, I do really, really like this first transit too, but it is not why I've chosen this as my favorite day. But this one is like, yeah, it's even better because I like this first one as well.
Well, let's go with it. The Sun Trine Saturn.
This happens at 2:00 in the afternoon, and this is about self-control. The sun is making a trine aspect to the Saturn. Saturn's retrograde. So there's a feeling of the ability to accomplish even hard things. So all those things that you've ever wanted to do that you felt like, I'll never get done if I start this project. It'll take me too long. It's like you'll be able to find a sense of satisfaction through this accomplishment. So if it does take a little bit longer than you think, you're interested in stepping into that role. So, it feels good. I like this. It's just about planning, maybe putting boundaries on something. Like I'll work on this project for 6 hours or 3 hours, and I'll take it up again, the next day. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that same day, the Venus trine Jupiter. Now, this is like a trine between the benefics. So tell us about this.
Right. So this happens at 6:33 p.m. Go big and go home. Mm-hmm. Remember, we used to see those soap bars on the side of cars where it says, go bust or going all the way or go big or go home.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, no, go big and go home. Or bring home with you. So, are we traveling yet? Make your vacation plans now. Like today, folks, this is a good for financial investments. It's the two benefics are looking at each other. They're witnessing each other from a nice aspect because they're both in a water sign. We've got Venus has just moved into that Cancer sign where she has some dignity. And in this place, there's also what's called a mutual reception because this would be my favorite date anyway, even if they weren't in a mutual reception, but they are. So they're easier to provide each other with what the other one needs. So this just feels like, happy to make some plans for the future, and maybe it is a vacation plan or a financial investment plan.
Yeah, and I mean, who won't like a trine between the two greater benefics? So
right, it's like ease, wee, slide, boom, falls in your lap. That's what my Barbara Shermer taught me.
Thursday is going to be a good day, and Saturday, June 5th, we have Mercury retrograde square Neptune.
This is at 2:00 in the afternoon. Get all the facts. This is a square. Mercury is retrograde in his own sign. He's in Gemini. He rules Gemini. just don't believe what you hear, or just don't believe what you are told is the truth. Because it's like you can't, like investigate if you care of the subject at all. Don't just take for granted what you're hearing on the news or from a neighbor or even from your loved one. They may be getting information from the news or from the neighbor. So, investigate or drop it. Drop all. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to attach to it. You don't need to believe it. Because you can't hold on to this information. And the reason why I say that is because Mercury is retrograde. And the first time we got this square we're going to get 3 squares. This is the second one of the 3. But 2 weeks ago on May 22nd, we had the first square. So that was maybe we got some information. We believed we're moving it forward. All of a sudden we get this second square and it's like, I'm going to do some research around that. I'm going to dive into this.
Because
subject.
Mercury's now in retrograde, which
Yeah.
it wasn't before.
Yeah. And the next pass here is in about 1 month, July 6th, when you can gather now all the thoughts, all the truths, all of the whatever has bubbled up in this time. You can now make a decision if there's a decision to be made. Or was it just information you were collecting because you were curious about something? But if you need to make a decision, not now, get the facts.
Got it.
If you're deciding on something since May 22nd or around that time period, see if you can hold off at least till after, and I say after July 6th, which is a period out there. It's not, and because during that time, Mercury will have moved direct, but yet still hadn't crossed the boundary or that spot where he is in square to Neptune. So that's why I give you that a little bit elongated July 6th, after July 6th.
And same day, Saturday, June 5th, Mars opposes Pluto.
Get yourself under control, right? This is the two big power forces of power. Mars is in his fall here in Cancer, and he's getting ready to leave Cancer, but before he does, he has to make an opposition. He's making an opposing angle is it not even an angle? It's like the opposition. I see what you're doing. I see your power.
A staring contest.
Pluto is that small little planet that is nuclear
like
in
the
power.
atom bomb. Yeah.
And Mars is trying to push his way through. Now, Pluto's going to win. But there's this resistance, like a fierce opposition if you're not careful. But if you're trying to do the opposite and continue to strive ahead, keep moving, but get yourself under control. You may be moving slower. You may be having to actually slow down so that there's no power force. You're not creating a power force coming at you, because it might be that people are opposing you. So if you kind of slow down a little bit and, calm down, because Mars is weak here, in Cancer, he's in his fall, so he doesn't have a whole lot of power. He's trying to stand up and get moving, but, and that's no battle for Pluto. So Pluto will win here. So get yourself under control.
Right.
Calm down a little bit here, especially around this Saturday, the 5th, the 6th, day or two on either side. Yeah.
And let's move into talisman times. So you had a break. You had a talisman break. So we don't have any of the finished talismans up online for you to see, but we have some upcoming.
Yes, and boom, we start off with a lot
of them. So Tuesday, June 1st, to increase health, vitality, and their benefits.
Well, this is Jupiter in Pisces. I mean, come on, right?
Right.
I can and do rise to these occasions, each and every opportunity that presents itself in order to come out of the situation I find myself. My mind and my body are proud of me. Oh,
I love that.
right?
Right.
It just
Because
sounds like
it's a relationship that you have with your body. That's what health is, you know?
It's true. It makes you kind of almost feel like whether it's an underdog feeling or, come on, I'll support you. I can help you. Like, I have the power to help you. Little girl inside that doesn't get to express itself. Come on, we can increase health, vitality, and all the benefits that those provide for us, from us, to us, and our environment. Mm-hmm. So this is a planetary. This is the only planetary talisman I'll be doing this week. Some of the other ones. Oh no, I'm doing one more. But some of the other ones are, I'm doing a Decan and a lunar mansion.
Right. And also we do have our Jupiter and Pisces event that I'll be talking about and on the horizon. And that's happening June 20th, where you can be there while your talisman is being made. So let's move on. Sunday, June 6th, you have 3 talismans to do this day. It's going to be busy.
Busy?
So,
are you kidding me? Can I just tell you, they start at 12:46 a.m.?
Ooh.
This is
okay.
a day literally that I'll probably, hopefully it's light and bright and clear in the middle of the night, because this is probably one night I'll bring out the telescope and keep it out the whole night. Because what my plan is this night
and camp out
is
there.
camping out on the rooftop deck with the telescope. And when I have to go down, because I've got a 12:46 a.m., I have a 3:02 a.m., and I have a 6:21 a.m.
Wow.
So really,
So you'll sleep.
Is there sleep? No.
Right.
But if I'm, chilling out, hopefully it's warm, not like today.
Cold and out.
That I'll be able to really be in the energy of this. Unfortunately, I will be able to see Jupiter and Saturn in the chart or in the sky because those are coming up, but I won't see. I'm going after a lot of Venus here. And I won't see Venus in the sky, but I'll see the moon come up around 3. Anyway, let's get into it.
So the first, to increase my financial assets.
I feel esteemed, respected, and honored to request this expansion of prosperity. I am even more grateful to receive. Thank you. Mm-hmm. This is planetary. This is Jupiter, sextile, the Jupiter and the sextile to the Venus and the sextile to the moon. So there's a lot of mutual receptions here. And we have the moon is exalted in Taurus. I mean, there's just really, really a beautiful connection here between an exalted moon, rulership Jupiter, and Venus is doing that mutual reception with Jupiter. So one reason why I am staying up, and who wants to stay up with me, you can do the pre-order. And if you get one of these that you can be up with me, because of course I'll do a countdown and you'll be with me while I'm making the talisman, but it might be exciting to do that together.
Yeah. You'll be together virtually.
Yeah.
So the next one on June 6th, to acquire all good things.
Please bind the sweet influence of Pleiades to me. The auspicious fortune, the fire of transformation, creative energy, beauty, and abundance. I am full. Ooh.
And you got to teach us a little bit about Pleiades.
Well, the reason why I'm doing, this is a lunar mansion. This is the third lunar mansion, which is connected to Pleiades, which is in the sky, in the Taurus area of the sky. And, it's the daughters. I think there are 7 daughters that
was it a farmer?
Weaving. They bring all kinds of gifts to us here in this third. And so when the moon passes once a month through this third mansion, which is between 25 degrees of Aries and 8 degrees of Taurus, and this is when the moon is on the ascendant in this third mansion, making that sextile to the Jupiter and sextile to the Venus. So it's literally an exact, like what's called a minor trine, right? We've got the trine of the 2 benefics, and the moon is in between them, exact in her exaltation. So this is like, I can't tell you how important this
is like one of your favorites.
Sunday mornings really is. So my Saturday night, I might be sleeping and then waking up around midnight, and putting everything into order for the energy here. Beautiful.
And the final talisman that day to create tremendous intimacy and love.
I allow this nurturing water to spill over me now. You and I drink from the same pool of sweetness. So much growth.
I love that.
It's a first decan in Cancer, which means that's what's coming up, over the horizon. And we've got the Venus here, conjunct the ascendant. So she's kind of coming up over the water. And this decan, this first decan in Cancer, is considered mother-child. And it's also has the nature of Venus and the moon. So really create tremendous intimacy and love, whether this is a intimate partner or it's a mother-child or a connection of just deep nourishing water love, and then growth from there of all sweetness that is
and so this doesn't even
embedded.
have to be like in an intimate relationship. It could also be,
well, I mean, remember, intimacy doesn't always mean sexual,
right,
but it just means
close
like,
proximity,
oh my gosh, like
understanding one
cellular,
another.
like
Yeah.
like
It's hard
breathing.
to
It's
take
hard to
away.
disconnect.
So the orbit of the month is a surprise. I want you all to click the link and see which orbit of the month we chose and see if you like it. And don't forget that the orbit of the month is a special price. So you get free shipping on it, and go check it out. Let's move on the horizon. We have just finished up our June astrology forecast. You can watch this on Facebook. It's a recorded video, and you can also download your June astrology cheat sheet on the website. So make sure to do that. June is coming up tomorrow. So be prepared, and it's a really wonderful tool. Also, don't forget, June 9th is our CWS Solar Eclipse webinar. The link is in the description. This is a wonderful educational webinar that you do have a $5 bonus if you wanted it to be more personalized, where Sandy and Susan come together and teach you all about these solar eclipses that are going on. We just had the lunar eclipse. Now it's eclipse season.
We teach that on the 9th, Wednesday the 9th, about the solar eclipse, and the solar eclipse is the next day.
Right. Perfect timing.
And then we have another combination, November and December. So this information is really about all solar eclipses, and we're working on the slides now and the information, but we are going to primarily talk about the two that we're having this year, which are so good. They're so good ones.
Yes.
They're not the freaky hard separation, isolation
of the
removal
right.
of the last all last years and the year before that. They were really rough eclipses. So here we get into some really yummies. So
good. We need some of that. And June 16th, we have our Talisman trunk show and raffle. This happens pretty much once, maybe twice a year, where Sandy comes on virtually to teach you all about the talisman she has available. You can ask questions, you can engage, and you can find which talisman is perfect for you. So do yourself a favor, get yourself a raffle ticket, because with every single $10 raffle ticket, I email you a gift certificate for that total. If you buy 10, that's a $100 gift certificate in your pocket, so that you can use for gifts for yourself. And you also get a huge chance of winning a talisman of your choice for free. So,
and true, let's also mention that we'll announce our 7-day intention bead challenge week.
right.
That's going to be coming up in August, I think it is. And you need a talisman to join this. It's a free event for 7 days, but you need to
be the owner of a talisman.
And if you're not, or you want to work new energy, hop on to this, this trunk show and purchase a raffle ticket or two, and maybe you'll win. You'll win a free one of your choice. Yeah.
And also June 20th at 5:25 a.m., that's Central Time, we have the Jupiter, this is the second event for Jupiter and Pisces Talisman Workshop. Now, last week we just finished the first event on May 27th. It was phenomenal.
It was good.
And right before
You're still getting, because you did a.
I do a guided meditation, and I received a lot of feedback where everyone really enjoyed it. It added to the experience, but honestly, the information that we have in this workshop is wonderful information.
What did somebody say as we were going off?
Right as we were going off, someone goes, "Best $200 investment ever."
I didn't hear that.
And it was great because, we put it is a price. It's a higher price item. However,
it's $200.
You get so much. Mm-hmm. You get personal worksheets that are written out. You have Sandy look at your own personal chart. You have this amazing group of women who are supporting you and loving the words that are coming out of your mouth when it's time for you to recite your affirmation. I take you through a guided meditation. We teach you the basics of Jupiter and Pisces, but we also go a little bit deeper into more of it. So it's a great event. We would love to have you.
One more. It's not both. It was either or. Whoever could make it, because this next one is at 5:25 a.m.
And there is still time to sign up.
There is still time, absolutely time to sign up. But super early in the morning. So if you're on the West Coast, oh good God, that's about. You have to get up around 3 a.m.
Right, but we go by the universal clock.
Yeah, we do. Hey, look, I'm up the whole night one night, and it happens to be a Sunday, so I know I won't have any consultations to do Sunday morning, so I'll be able to sleep.
Right. Finally.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be so worth it. I'll be so jazzed.
So let's move into our house. Okay, so
let's explain.
Yes, I called you the matching matriarch. And it's because you went shopping, which is not a normal occurrence whatsoever.
No, because it's been so hot here in Chicago. I didn't have any shorts. I thought I for sure had them in my tubs of summer clothes. Nope, no shorts. And the shorts I do have, you have been yelling at me for about 3 years saying there's holes in them.
Yes.
So I thought I had a time, and I swung by a store to pick up some shorts, and I found two things that were just coming out of the back onto the rack. And I picked two up thinking you would like it because I liked it.
And they were great. They're these cute Nicole Miller, summer dresses that go all the way down. They have these
loungewear.
They were called loungewear. I don't think they look like loungewear whatsoever.
10 years ago, I would have worn it out in public. No.
Okay.
Loungewear.
Well, maybe we can get some people's opinions. In the email, I'm going to add the picture of us. Yeah. We took a really cute picture together. You still had your mermaid hair from the Jupiter and Pisces event that we had done earlier that night. And you and I were having mother-daughter time. And we got to listen to Pink's new song, which is All I Know So Far. And which is a great documentary that you and I watched together as well.
Oh my gosh. I snuck and watched it before we were going to watch it together for the first time.
Yes, that was not planned.
If you haven't seen, first of all, if you just kind of like Pink or don't even know you like Pink, but know her songs from the last, 20, 25 years, she's been a role model for me.
And she just, in this documentary, you get this really wholesome perspective on who she is. And she writes all of her songs, which
I knew that.
You did know. And I feel like I kind of knew that, but I think that pop stars just...
Rock star.
rock stars.
I'm just gonna.
Okay.
I love her.
But I think a lot of them just kind of pretend. They don't necessarily say like, oh, I wrote this new song, or they'll just say my new song. But when you look at actually who wrote it, it's not always their names on that list. Mm-hmm. So when after the documentary, we were listening to all our favorite songs, and I looked, Alicia Moore, which is actually her real name, mm-hmm. but goes by Pink. And she's on every single one of those songs, and her name's first, so you know that she did the bulk work. And it's just really impressive, her raising 2 kids along on a tour. It reminded me a lot of you, where you had to juggle multiple jobs and opportunities and birthdays and room mom status and just like being a rock star mom.
Like all moms do.
Like all moms do, yeah.
You just know because I'm yours.
Yes. And it was just a great documentary. I think it really, excited us because, one, All I Know So Far is a great, great song.
First of all, it makes me cry just you saying the name of the song. Just brings tears to
It's
my eyes.
humble, and it's also, it's very it's like very proud, and you'll just have to listen to this song. We can't play it on here because of copyright infringements, but
I'll
go
sing it.
I don't even know if we can do that.
Like stab it to death.
So yeah, it was a great time. We had our matching loungewear dresses, and you were the matching matriarch. You got these dresses. We had this wonderful opportunity to pop a bottle of champagne and just dance around the living room singing our favorite songs.
It was fun. We did it till about almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
I know.
It's rare. The only way you catch me up at 1 o'clock in the morning is to make a talisman.
Mm-hmm.
That is the
or dancing in the living room in matching outfits with your daughter.
That's a onesie. That's a one-off.
We got to make it we got to make it a twosie. Yeah, for sure. So yes, thank you for joining in on this wonderful, fun mother-daughter time that we had. That is the end of our episode. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We will catch you next week. And until then, have a stellar week.
Bye, everybody.
The search ends here, where the night is totally clear, and your heart is fierce. And so you finally know you control